We're good. We're good. We're good. Hey, good morning. It's 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show, and I got Betty on this side and Jerry on this side, and I got a fortune cookie in my hand because you know it's Fortune Cookie Friday here in the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. And I am Greg, Mester Scrum Master and Agile Coaching. Today we're going to talk about goal setting, OKRs, and how they're not business as usual stuff, and just sharing some discussions I've had and looking at different things, okay? And how to get better and how to achieve major shifts in your value to your customer and your business and what you do. So, 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. I am Greg, Mester Scrum Master and Agile Coach. This is our 626th episode, and we talk about Scrum and Agile in a way that allows you to bring value to your customer, not work crazy hours to get there. Have a little fun in the office, get home to family and friends, and enjoy life, right? Because so many people, when they do this stuff, they do it for the wrong reasons, and they don't need to be, and they're grumpy and they're sad. Anyway, so topic. Originally, I had OKR goals are not more than meeting a velocity. A goal is more than meeting a velocity, or service, or a customer need. So, or business as usual, as they used to call BAU. One of the places like these, they used to refer everything BAU. I'm like, oh God, right? So, what people make the mistakes and when they do OKRs, and OKRs are objectives and key results. They say objective might say like, oh, I want to make sure I service my customer all the time. Well, that's not an objective. That is nowhere near an objective. I don't know what that is, to be honest with you. So if you see that and you go, well, that's not an objective. And OKRs are short term because you never know what's going to come about. I was looking at podcast postings or views I had last summer, and there was a major dip for me in May, June, kind of in July, that they started coming back up again. I don't know what it was. Either was it environment, people, myself. Was I a little depressed or down or something? I don't know. Maybe COVID was hitting me. But things change, and you have to be able to pivot. So an objective is having some objectives that are above the norm, that move the needle, but are short-term in thought so that you can actually see you hit them. Because if you make an objective that you're not going to hit for 20 years from now, that objective is absolutely useless to you, right? So like if you're in a sprint and you say, hey, I want to deliver this thing in December. Well, that's not an objective. That's not inspiring. That's nothing, because that's December and you're not going to think about from between now and December more than 6 months away, right? It's just, it's a waste. It's not an objective, but you need it clear and concise. But you also want goals. Like I was having a conversation with the manager the other day. We were talking about goals, and they were talking about, taking care of something post-delivery. I'm like, well, that's not an objective. That is what you're supposed to do. That's your normal day-to-day requirement. That is not an objective. Your objective would be automate everything, right? Make everybody do testing in the sprint, right? Maybe they do that. So I want everybody to be able to say they tested it through the system in the sprint to get delivered to production when we say it's going to go. That would be an objective. That would be a really good objective in most companies that I've ever seen, because they have outside integration testing and all these groups out there to do security testing, all these things off outside the sprint, which just finds bugs, which then allows them never to produce anything. So, but that's an example that it's not you want to make sure your objectives are stuff that moves the needle. Like write a book, right? Make $1 million, something, make a new goal, new product, maybe go into a new social media engine. I don't know. It could be anything. It could be learn a new skill, code something, build an app, right? That's a goal. Something you've never done before. People say you're nuts, right? So that's a goal. So again, OKRs, goals, sprint goals, Sprint goals are not let's meet our, like we said, we do 40 points. Let's meet our commitment. That is not a sprint goal. Okay, so from an agile perspective, if your sprint goal is to meet the commitment in the sprint, that is not a sprint goal. If your goal is to produce a new feature for the customer in the sprint, that's more like a sprint goal. Or let's all attend a diversity training this month. That's a sprint goal. Those are goals. Those are objectives, right? Those are different, and they make you a better person and better organization when you do that, right? Everyone take agile training. I don't know. Maybe we're all going to take less training just because everybody talks about less and let's learn about less. Or we're all going to talk about Kanban. I always hear about Kanban, but I don't trust anybody who's talking about it because I don't think they really know what Kanban is. So why don't we just the whole team take 2 days and we go learn about Kanban. We take a class from someone who actually does it and not someone who just read it in a book, right? Maybe go visit another team. Go find out how they do stuff. So those are goals. Those are objectives. So I just want to share that with you. Goals, objectives aren't business as usual. And if you are using business as usual items like caring for a customer, servicing, meeting an SLA, that's not a goal. Increasing speed of the render of your screen by 50%, that's a goal. All right. So this is examples of goals because I hear so many people said, "Oh, we got a goal." I said, "That's not a goal. That's what you're supposed to do. It's what you get paid to do your job for, right? It's not a goal." So I just want to give that to you. Remember, set goals that push you to the next level when you do your team, your sprint planning, your personal goals in life, everything. So try to pick goals that are a little bit more than just, I go to work every day, right? That's not a goal. Make it to work every day is not a goal unless you really can't do it. And then maybe your new goal is, I haven't gone to work in 6 months. I'm going to go find a job. And by the end of the month, I'm going to have a new job. No matter what it is, I'm going to go work. I got to get out. Go interact with people, do something. Could be it. Anyway, Fortune Cookie Friday. Yay. Right, guys? Right? Fortune Cookie Friday there, JoJo. You want a piece of cookie when I'm done? Maybe. Uh-oh, Betty. I'm opening the cookie. Oh, Lordy. A cookie. He knows. I figured this out the other day. I'm kind of rambling a little bit. We do the fortune cookie. So Betty is a Basset Beagle, right? So she's a bagel. And Jerry, I don't know what Jerry is. He's an alien. My wife says he's an alien. Maybe he is. I don't know. But I noticed something about the Snoopy cartoon. And it never dawned on me until I actually had a beagle dog. Have you ever noticed in Snoopy's cartoon, Snoopy's nose is huge. I mean, it's just literally huge for the dog. It's not just a physical thing. It's a literal thing. Because her nose, Betty's nose, like when I opened that cookie, she turned right around. She's sniffing. What's that cookie? So sometimes when you see things out in life, they have a lot of different meanings and a lot of different purposes. Your first assumption of what it is not the whole story, right? So I think he had a beagle one day, and that beagle's nose always got the beagle in trouble, right? I didn't see so much in the cartoon, but in life, the beagle nose gets her in trouble. Therefore, the nose is bigger on the dog. Just sharing that to you. There's something to that. Jerry, you want a cookie? There we go. Fortune Cookie Friday. So we opened the fortune cookie that has been supplied to us, it's falling apart, by Agile Accountants. These Agile Accountants are the kind of people that when you're doing a transformation, work in an organization, some big consulting companies, they come in and tell you, you need to do surveys, you need to do this, you need to have these fields, and it's got to be this proper format, and everything's got to be perfect, so we can roll it all up to management who's never going to listen to it anyhow, by the way. They always want to roll it up. I always look at people. I said, if you're that high up in the organization, and this is goal setting, right? If your goal is to micromanage a team, a little person like myself, a little developer, a little tester, whatever, and you're at the CEO of the company, and you want to drill all the way down to the individual people, you got too much time on your hand, by the way. I always laugh when they say, well, we want to have visibility down the way. I said, yeah, no, that's a waste. That's needle picking, knit knacking, whatever you want to call it. And it's just so the Agile accountants are the people that make you conform, comply, tell you how to do things. And it's got to be the same shape of every company. It's the cookie cutter approach, right? So, Fortune Cookie Friday. Here we go. Ready, Jerry? You want a cookie? You want to cook? Cookie? Mm, cookie? Cookie? There you go. Oh, you want one too? You want a piece of cookie? Ow. Don't hurt yourself. Okay. Never set. There you go. Here's a good one. Never set the tiger free if you live in the mountain. Never set the tiger free if you live in the mountain. I have no idea what that. Maybe someone will text me on here. Never set the tiger free if you live in the mountain. Because if you set the tiger free and you live in the mountain, the tiger will probably eat you and no one will ever know. And you'll be fighting the tiger forever. Ooh, I got one. So, the Agile accountants say, never set the tiger free if you live in the mountain. How about this? Never write code and put it in production that you do not have automated tests for. Why do I say that? Because once you release it and you do the next code, you could break it. So the tiger is the code that you don't have an automated regression set test for it. Okay. So you get this? Tiger is when you put code in production that you don't have regression tests for, that you can run in the lower environments. Why do I say that? Because if you write code and you break the production side, the customer's going to be pissed and going to eat you alive and write bad social media plugs about you, right? So the code released to the world without the automated regression test is the tiger. And you will be battling that tiger for the rest of your life every time you go out to explore the mountain. So every time you release new code, you don't know whether or not you broke the old code. That tiger that's sitting out there that you didn't have some automated regression tests, automated testing in your lower environments. How about that one? That one I think was pretty good. So, never set the tiger free if you live in the mountain. Never let your code go to production without some automated test that you can make sure that your new code and your new sprint doesn't break that tiger, piss them off so they come back and eat you later on. There. Got it. With that, I'm going out because I just made up something. But I think it was pretty good. Give us a thumbs up if you like the show. Ring the little bell. Have a great day. Happy scrumming. Enjoy your weekend. And happy Friday. Take care. Bye. See you all. Don't forget podcasts.